does this team become Super Bowl contenders? Is it because the expectation in Pittsburgh, it's not about winning divisions. It's not about making an AFC championship. It's not even about making it to the Super Bowl. It's about winning the Super Bowl. And if this isn't bringing us closer to that, that's that. To me, it just makes me wonder, like, what exactly are we trying to accomplish here?
So what are you thinking then? Which way are you leaning?
For me, I think it's lateral at best. But I've been vocal about this throughout this offseason, just the way the roster is constructed and the pieces that are going to be gone that you're going to have to replace. I don't think that they're going to be able to properly do that through draft or free agency to the level that is going to need to be done. So I think at best is lateral, meaning you win 12 games, because that's the standard right now, right? They came off of winning 12 games. So if you don't win your 12 games, to me, that we got an issue here, right? And then obviously we know how the playoffs went in terms of getting knocked out in the wild card round. I think that this team could potentially not make the playoffs, but I could also see them getting beat in the division round. Like, I think that they are that just widespread in terms of you see some talent, but you also know that some of your other talent is a little bit aged, right? In terms of you guys like David DeCastro, right? He's a little bit up there now. So when I think of that, it just makes me wonder, like, how am I going to get more out of these people and I'm going to have less around them, right? Because we know, even though Ben is taking the $5 million pay cut, even though it has created, an extra $15 million that we're able to help get off the books, it still is just getting us in compliance with the cap. That's the thing. It's not like this created a brand new, we're 15 minutes in the green now. 15 million in the green. It was like, no, we were still getting out of the red just to get to where we are right now. So it's not like we're going to have these resources to just go out and, all right, we're going to fill this center spot. We're going to fill this guard spot. We're going to check out this left tackle spot. All right, we're going to get this inside line. We're going to get this outside linebacker. I don't see that happening. And along with the fact that we know cuts are going to have to happen as well. Two names that keep popping up, not even two, three names that keep popping up that we're going to hear a lot about either this weekend or early next week because of the deadline of the new league year starting on March 15th. Vince Williams, Joe Hayden, and Steven Nelson. Those are three starters. But potentially two of those three could be gone because of the cap scenario. So to me, that's why I just think this is lateral at best, because you're going to have a lot of pieces offensively and defensively that you're going to have to replace and not a ton of resources to do it with.
So with those three names, though, does that mean we bring back Bud and Juju? Let's say two of those three names.
It's still no.
Because right now, based on, if we're saying $15 million in cap space, this deal has saved. We were at -7 before that. Are we simply +8 right now? And then if we make some of those moves, are we in like the double digit range of like 20-25 million in cap space?
I mean, I would hope that it works out like that. But then when we still go back to it, you're talking about replacing three starters defensively for one in terms of Bud Dupree, right? That's not good math. Then you talk about on the offense end, even if you were to be able to pay, because you're not going to pay Bud and Juju, it's one or the other. So you're either getting Bud back, but you're going to lose your starting inside linebacker, potentially one or two of your starting corners. Juju is going to be gone as well. Now, granted, he's more of a high end too, but he still was very impactful for that offense last year.
We don't want to lose Juju, but it is what it is.
Right, but those are major pieces. You still got to address your running back issue, regardless if you're doing it in the draft or free agency. You still have to figure out a way to do that. And that hasn't even we haven't even talked about the O-line or what you want to do at tight end. So to me, I just, even if it were to help get one of those guys back, I just think that it's still going to be that you're losing too many quality pieces. And talented young guys don't just grow on trees. You know what I mean? Like, you get lucky every once in a while, but it's plenty of times where that doesn't happen, where your Chase Claypool doesn't come in and perform like Chase Claypool. We've seen that before. We've seen where your first, second, or third round picks, it takes them a year or two to develop. That and understanding that, that's the biggest reason why I just don't think that they're going to be improved next year compared to what we saw this year. But what do you think, though, man?
Well, in terms of next year, yeah, I think we're fine. I think we'll be Super Bowl contenders for all the things that you said before. If we got Ben back, I think we'll be good. And I think the young talent, too, if you talk about Claypool, you talk about Deontay Johnson, combined with some of the veterans that we have, like if the young talent can improve a little bit, maybe make up for some of the losses we might have, and then the veterans stay the same, or even, dude, our veterans played bad in that Cleveland game. Like, we were not expecting
Okay.
TJ Watt, Stephon
Okay.
Tuitt, and Cam Hayward to play like that. So if they play like
Okay.
they normally do throughout the whole season and how
Mm-hmm.
we expect them to, plus some of the young talent improves, that we might have some holes here
Okay.
and there, but what team doesn't at this point? Like
I
even
just feel okay.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad. Go
Well,
ahead.
so there's that, but so if we didn't have Ben though this year, if we're talking just if you're talking just like a lateral move, we go to 12 wins.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't have Ben, we'd be even worse though. And I don't think this really screws us up for future years, Ben or not.
I think the biggest thing is it prolongs the inevitable. I don't think that this team was going to be a Super Bowl contender if Ben was the quarterback this year, or if he wasn't, barring some type of crazy deal, right? A Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson coming here. Outside of something like that, I don't think there was a quarterback that you were going to draft or that you were going to be able to sign in free agency that was going to make this team a Super Bowl contender next year. Just because of the various pieces that I've already listed out that we're going to be losing offensively and defensively. It's hard when you're losing talent like that and you still ran into issues last year towards the end of the year. We saw these issues popping up from a depth standpoint, from an injury standpoint. It can't continue to look like that or be less than that and expect more from it. But that's in theory what we're going to be doing based on how it is right now, because we're going to start subtracting starters. That's what we're about to start doing to continue to get this cap where it needs to be, but we're not going to be adding quality pieces in return. We're going to be bargain shopping. I mean, when you bargain shop, you get what you get right there, versus if you pay for high-end talent, you get what you get when you take that method as well. They're just in that scenario right now because of the numbers. That's the beauty and the gift and the curse of the salary cap, right? It makes you have to make tough decisions. It makes you have to try to save it on this end and spend a little more over here. You just hope that the guys you spend a little bit more on can do a lot more to raise the play and raise the level of productivity of those lower paid guys. At this stage in Ben's career, I personally am skeptical I don't think that he's capable of doing that consistently throughout a whole season. I think he'll have his stretches where he's able to do it for a couple of games here and there, but as a whole, I don't think he's able to do it for what it's going to take for them to win a Super Bowl.